Okay, so I'm actually back already. We dropped the session. It was actually a session to debug a user issue, but the user reported that it seemed to be in their infrastructure. So that's good. We're waiting for, I need a colleague to do some deploys for me so we can actually test the new Git flow and also the preview flow. I hope is coming in today. Like, we're a small team. You know how development and deployment becomes person dependent. It's the one thing that you don't want, but it's what all companies have. Okay, but I have something we can fix in the meantime. Let's see. Oh, close. I have something we can actually implement. Where are you? Here we are. And we can test it. And then we can work on the example page, set that up, and play with that while we wait for the... Yeah, maybe write some documentation. Yeah, let's do that first. Anyways, we're going to make this one change. So when we create a session, we actually want to have... We're going to extend the sandbox session so that you can actually pass in... let's see. Oh, interesting. We need to fix this one as well. So Git would be access token. You have to have an email, but you don't have to set a name. But we also want you to allow you to set environment variables for individual command and terminal sessions. So if you have a task that's run by the global session, so it's a little bit more tricky if you want to use environment variables there, because those can be read by anyone in the sandbox. It's very interesting. Anyways, but we want to allow you to have these other things. Sorry. Let's see. So what's going to happen here is... No, wait a minute. Oh, fuck. This is wrong. Session create options. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where are we using them? Not here. On the sandbox, I guess. Yeah, so this is... Oh, sorry. It was correct. So we're going to have this. So when you actually create the session, we're going to have this stuff. And then create session. Yeah. And then git access token. Yeah, create session. Well, we're going to maybe already have that. Let's see. How did we run build open API? Oh, staging. Our chocolate. So I think we have... Look at that. Amazing. Oh, come on. Oh my god, sorry. What a weird suggestion. This is definitely not what I want. That was super weird. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. So now we're actually passing that in. That's perfect. But when we create this session, we actually need to sandbox browser session. Yeah. And then we need to do env. So you might have an environment there. So that means env would be session dot. Oh, sorry. Custom session env, or I guess this. So if you have secrets, we're actually, that's the thing I'm a little bit curious about. It's if you have secrets for a session, those are going to be passed to the browser. I guess that's not a good idea. Fuck. The problem is that we're actually creating fuck. Yeah, the scenario is like the type of environment variable that was going to be used here from the use case. It wouldn't matter if it was in the browser because it was bound to the actual user. But yeah, you might have other environment variables. Well, that's kind of the point. It's like it's environment variables bound to the user. So if they're bound to the user, mm, yeah, the tricky thing is, fuck. It's so difficult to design. Because what we can do is that we can make this work on, be written on the server, and then but then we need a session. So if you're creating a browser session, we first have to create a WebSocket connection to write the file, and then we can like return a browser session. That's silly. And I guess it doesn't make any sense to like, we could obscure it. But it would be very easy to for fuck's sake. I guess this isn't gonna work. Damn it. Dag nugget. How are we gonna solve this? So it's so convoluted now to expose environment variables for sessions. And we have a nice API to do this. But if you're in the browser, that API is only available in the browser. So we would need to pass the environment variable to the browser. But it's literally a secret. How would we do this? And it's only a problem for... Oh, I'm gonna check something. Huh. For example, using PS. Won't show them. GPT says well, won't show them. How to inspect if you read on Linux, you can explicitly ask PS to dump each process environment. Ah, this sucks. But there has to be a way to expose environment variable. How can I safely expose environment variables for a single shell session? Is it not possible? This sucks. Well, but did you say they don't propagate up? No, it does say. You can. You just need to confiner to instead of your login shell. Yeah, but didn't you just say But did you not just state that PS, what was it? EWW-P. I see the confusion now. Bar secret. You can't rely on environment. You have to pass a secret via protected file prompted for it at runtime. So, okay, so we would rather have to... The problem is that like this user has a CLI tool they want to enable for the users in the sandbox. And so whenever the users are creating terminals and stuff, they should be able to use this CLI. But that CLI depends on an environment variable. But there isn't any way to do this. Can you make an environment variable reference of protected file or something? There has to be a way to solve this. This is stupid. It is stupid. You can't make managing a high disk value for the inspects process. Yeah, but we can't have... That's fine. We have this. We have protected files, but... Oh my god. How are we gonna handle this? So we have two big problems. One problem is that you can't use environment variables safely. Well, the thing is, like, we can make that happen, but you just have to know that someone that has global access can actually look at those environment variables. Yeah, so this is more up to the users so that they don't actually connect any users with global sessions. But point is really that we have to document that should have a global session when exposing n variables to specific sessions. We should really remove the global session altogether, which is what I was going to have a meeting about but we don't have to deal with that now. We have other stuff we need to get done first. Okay, so we're gonna document that. That if you choose to use this environment, like expose environment variables to specific sessions, no user should ever be the global session. And then but then we still have the browser issue. How would we solve that? So you could like obscure it, but that's too easy to figure out. So ideally, this will actually be part of, you would pass those secrets as part of the session creation to the server into our agent, and the agent keeps the secrets there. And whenever it creates a shell for a specific user, it will actually do it all the way back there. That's really how we would do it in the correct way, I think. Well, so the target audience for the SDK is really like companies and startups building products that requires coding environments. It being AI products, and those products can be all over the place. It could be like an educational platform if they want to build that, expose like a UI and stuff, and they're going to use. So we're more like a service provider than an actual end user experience, where our interface is this SDK. But yeah, it's the full spectrum. Like, it doesn't even have to be related to coding. Like, this can just be, there might be a startup that needs AI to have a coding environment to solve certain things, maybe within research or something. So we just provide the coding environments and an SDK to interact with those environments. But the target audience, so the target audience for the SDK itself is the engineers that implement that like implements this stuff at the given company that's building some kind of product that requires coding environments. If that makes sense. Should really have a built-in pitch for this. So we are not building the actual user experience here. We're just building the SDK that can be used to build user experiences. Okay, so the only way for us to safely expose these environment variables now, if you have a browser session, is that we have to create another session first. But even that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh, that's not true in the world of JavaScript. In JavaScript, that's not true. It's very, very interesting. So this is an experience I've had. It's like in the JavaScript ecosystem, in product development, you have a wide range of developers in terms of like their experience. And if you first dive into JavaScript, you're truly spoiled with having accessible APIs and like example-based documentation. So it's just a very, very different approach to using tools and learning about them than I experienced from other programming languages, which is like very, very like long method names, very like a lot of pieces you have to put together. The documentation is really just like what's it called? A compiled documentation from the code. It's like there's no examples, anything about how do you put this stuff together. But people from those programming languages are kind of used to that and just have a mindset for that. And I'm like, I coming from JavaScript, I get like, where's the fucking example? I don't understand any of this. I just see a bunch of class names and methods, and I don't understand this stuff. So it's very interesting how designing APIs in the JavaScript world is so much about accessibility. But I think it's also why it's such a popular language. It's because people can use, imagine like, so, okay, I'm going on a rant, not a rant, but like a journey here now. So the first API that was designed in JavaScript as like an actual API was jQuery. From my experience and my age. And jQuery is an incredibly accessible API. Like you did not have to understand, like you didn't understand JavaScript, but you understood jQuery. Like it was incredibly accessible. And so it kind of set the bar of how you want these APIs to work. They should be exceptionally accessible and fun to work with and intuitive and all of this stuff. So it's not like, and that has made, so even though we say that JavaScript is like a simpler language to learn, it's very much because the tools are also so incredibly accessible. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of crazy. And then you can argue like what's the cost of that? But it's very inclusive to have that range of, or not range, but that degree of accessibility. There's a definite cost to it, but it's also very inclusive. But yeah, it's a totally fair question. But yeah, I wonder if we should. I just don't understand how the user is going to solve this. If they have a browser session. Without us actually changing the. I could just try to implement that though. I'm gonna do a little bit of research here. We're gonna jump into some code here and see if we can figure out. Let's see, packages, picture agent, host. I think it's host. So this is a massive, not massive. I guess there's much bigger code bases than this, but there's a lot of stuff happening here. Picture request payload. Oh no, that's just where's the authorize? Yeah, add client. This handle client not handle client connected, but I want the one handle authorization authorize request. Authorize user. What the hell is this? Authorized user. Bind this. Oh my god, look at that function call. This is the thing I'm looking for. Yeah, so we could extend this with env, and then we could pass that to add client, and then on the client you actually have the env, and when we run shells for that client ID, we're gonna actually provide the environment variables. It's still a case for the global session that they can like dump the environment variables for any other sessions. But this is totally in the control of the user of the SDK. They can prevent that. It's a very simple implementation. Maybe we should, but then I have to bring in people and talk about it and okay, anyways, that's one solution. It's pretty straightforward, but but how is this other user gonna solve this? So, oh, okay, wait a minute. No, that's also weird. No. Okay, sorry. So the way the user is going to solve it is that, well, if they're going to do it, okay, so the way the user would have to solve it. So every session has a private folder, truly private. Nobody can read that other than the session. And what we can do is that we can write environment variables to that folder. And then they can like source. Well, no, you shouldn't source. That's the thing. Or sorry, when we run bash, we can point to that file, and that's going to expose the environment variables. So if you pass in env, we need to write an env file. And then you can safely, then it's actually stored on from the server side, and then you can safely use the browser client. The problem with that is that to be able to write that file, we have to create a connection. And the thing is that we really only need to do it once. We only really need to do it once, but we don't know until we actually connect. So it's just weird to connect to write that file when you're actually going to connect in the browser. So why are you connecting on the server? Because you're not doing that now. We're just firing it up, creating a session for the browser, and then the browser connects. But now we have to write that file first. I guess it's fine. Like, it's a tiny bit of overhead. We could also use the REST API for this. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, we could do that. So we create a blah, 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 blah. Ah, this sucks. I wish something could distract me away from this so we can actually do something. I'm really stuck on this one. Should you? Because the user will, if the user is going to solve this, they have to create a connection on the server. And ensure that file is there. But then we have to create a session. I'm just wondering if there's a way for, wait a minute. When we create the server session, the custom session, we can use that with the REST API as well. No, we can't do that. That's also a thing. They need to be different sessions because they expire. So if we use one session on, we have to create 2 different sessions. But they have the same ID. How would this even work? Yeah, I don't think that even works. We can't use... Damn it! No, I don't think this can work. We have to do the full infra implementation. Because the point of creating a session is that that's one session. And when you disconnect from that session, it's expired. But now we have to... And the private env is tied to the session. That's the whole point. But if we need to connect with a session to write the file, and then we have to create another session to as a browser session. Yeah. So like it's in moments like this, like I prefer working closely with someone on these kinds of things. Well, at times I enjoy working on it alone, and other times it's nice to have someone. But everyone's so busy. How are we gonna do this? Okay, so let's not think about efficiency. This is a temporary fix anyways. So is it even possible to make it work? If I create a browser session, well, I guess we can just try it. Yeah, let's see if we can make it work. So we can't pass n here, that's for sure. That's stupid. So I think what we're going to do here in parallel is await. So we're going to have session promise dot all. Well, the point is there's a difference between how are we going to do this? If custom session dot end. Then we need to go and do some stuff. I think we're just going to call this sandbox browsers. No, sandbox session. Sorry. Session equals. Sorry, sandbox session. And then we're going to do. If we have that, we're going to say. Result promise.all. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if this is gonna work. Yeah, but we can await it here, right? So the actual session is gonna be that result. But then when oh, come on. What are we gonna call it? VS session fs write text file. So this would be private dot end would be JSON stringify. Well, I guess we want to do like export on each of them, right? No, we just want the file name. Sorry, we just want the file name. Yeah, and then, oh my God. And then we have to disconnect. So we have to write that file. And what we can do is that we can say that you have anyways. Oh, this just hurts. I'm feeling like I'm stagnating. I can't get past this. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very stubborn, Mark. I'm incredibly stubborn. Like that's one of my bad traits. I get stuck on things. Just as my partner, she can get very upset. I'm a mechanic by trade, and seeing a process through this. So, that's awesome to hear. It's useful. So looking at me being stuck. Like a lot of people I've learned, including me, have learned programming by not going to school. But you become like there are different kinds of programmers, I would state. So if you're interested in like product development and working on the front end and stuff, that's definitely a good entry point to, or a realm of programming that lends itself well to like self-taught developers and just going on courses and having pet projects. Just work with code and try to create something, because there's so much more to creating something than actual coding, like in terms of product development and creating value for end users and creating good experiences. But you also have, but if you want to work on the back end type of thing, like machine learning, that kind of stuff, then you definitely need to, or you will benefit greatly from having some schooling, I think. Without having explicit experience with it, I would assume that. Yeah, it's funny how I also fell in love with like coding. There's something about it. I fell in love with it more than product development. I don't care that much about end users. I care, like, that's why I find building like something like an SDK a lot of fun, because it's not about creating a user experience. It's about creating a developer experience, which is something what's it called? I relate to much more. Creating user experiences is very, very difficult. Oh shit! I got a question here. And we could pass and when creating a session, so that pitcher holds on to that, and thus your env bash on inside pitcher instead. My 3D UI designs are tucked away in the corner like never want to do what you have, always deliver with time to spare. Smack grin. It's very interesting, like the dynamics of building products, how that differs so much from company to company. It's just incredible. Like the way I'm used to doing product development is like cross-functional teams. So like designer, we even call them product engineers, which is like, that can be full stack engineers, but they're product engineers. Anyways, so you have the engineers, you have the product manager, you have DevOps, like you have everyone across the stack from end to end equally in the same session talking about what we need to do, how to solve the problem. And everyone's aware of what everyone's doing. And you're just truly equal partners in the process of building experiences. That's how I found to be the best way of building products. But I've been in different companies, and it's very, very very different approaches to it. And I guess it depends on the kind of product you're building as well. Yeah. Problem is the browser session. It currently, you have to create one session to write the file, and then create another browser session to pass to the browser. It feels icky. But okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, and I guess that's true for any domain of work. It's like it doesn't matter. Like people often think they get their dream job because like their skills apply well to the goals of the company and maybe they get a good pay and stuff like that. But then they meet the people they're going to work with from day to day and the chemistry just isn't there. And some people, they stay, like it's more likely you stay in your job when you have good chemistry with your team and maybe your skills and the goal of the company doesn't really align or and stuff like that, but it's just great people. Live in a shoebox. Oh, so it's that kind of company. Like I'm making assumptions here, but it seems like the company is all about, like it's almost like you're kind of like an implementation detail of the company as opposed to being the actual thing that makes the company run. I've seen that a few places. I've been a consultant and also been in different companies that way and kind of seen how development is treated. I remember this one company which was this process management system for sensors at like factories and stuff. And the development team is like literally 3 people and company is like over 100 people. And they solve everything by configuration. Whenever there's a user need, they just add a configuration for it. And it's just insane. But it made me think like how important that those 3 people are for the company to even run. It's very, very interesting. "30 floors." Uh, we're not bitter now. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like I think like something that's changed a lot here in Norway is how companies have started to think of themselves as technology companies, and they weren't technology companies, but they become uh, um, so they're not primarily a technology company. And then the world changed, and kind of everyone has become a technology company, including like the state. Like there's so many services for people living in the country, and if the government, and if the government doesn't consider themselves a technology company, then the people of that country, it's gonna have a hard time interacting with the government. But that's really good here in Norway. They have, like, the government has their own internal development team. It's not like just dragging in consultants to build and fix something. They're like truly consider themselves a technology company. And we have some pretty amazing digital services in Norway, especially related to like the different phases you go through in terms of going out of a job, like if something happens to you, paternity and maternity leave, all of this stuff, and like health and everything is like super and really great experiences as well. Like taxes, everything is really, really good. Oh, your computer restarted. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think like often when people talk about finding your passion, I'm not sure if it's there. Like you need to find it. There's something about mastering a skill. I think you can only find your passion by mastering a skill. So you master a skill first, then figure out if it's your passion. I don't think you're passionate about things you're not good at. That doesn't make any sense to me. Which is why I think that's why parents kind of always say like stick with it for a while. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, great. We got a deployment here, so we have our distraction. Like it could be some company related secret. Oh, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Like if we do. If even it is a company, a secret the company does not want the user to know, then they could still see it in their session. It's all very blah. But I thought about just passing the end to the browser on the browser session. And I guess as long as we call these secrets user secrets, it's fine. Coders and mechanics are the same. Yeah, I would make the same statement. We don't look at the world and say that's pretty. We look and say how to write that in code. How do you build that mechanically? We're just wired differently. Some just stumble in and it sticks immediately. Yeah, I think it's something. So what's interesting is like when I talk about like mastering a skill, maybe a better way to state it is: do you enjoy learning the skill? That's passion, because any skill is like a never-ending loop of learning. If you ever think you've like learned everything about the skill, you're kind of wrong. Wrong about that, or you would kind of get to a point where you would get bored or something. I don't think there's any skills you can like fully learn. So I guess maybe that's a better statement. Like passion is having fun learning the skill. And he is. Yeah, exactly. I feel kind of like your guy there. I am much more of a conceptual thinker. I have a knack for having a lot of complexity in my brain and still being able to like consolidate and create something like a consistent idea that I can communicate. That's something I'm pretty good at. But I make a lot of mistakes when I code. I have more of a creative mind than like an organized mind. That's for sure. Okay, we're gonna do something here. We're gonna drop this. We're gonna actually we're gonna do a proof of concept, which is gonna be very, very straightforward. Let's see, because the whole point here is that if we are exposing secrets to a user in a shell session, that user is gonna have access to those secrets. So if we pass those secrets on the response of the browser session, it's secrets that the user can access through the shell anyways, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna pass those secrets on the browser session and write them from and do the thing we originally wanted to do as a proof of concept. And the big challenge is if the company or the actual company using the SDK to create a user experience has secrets they want to use in the sandboxes that they don't want their own users to be able to access. That's a huge ass problem because the shell instance needs to access it. Yeah, but that's not something I have to care about at the moment. Yeah, exactly. But we're creating a PLC here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna put end custom session and we're gonna have, oh, sorry, I put it on the wrong thing. I think, yeah, that's where I was gonna put it. Okay, so we're gonna have this env, and this is create browser session, and then we have connect. And for connect, we have the sandbox session. Oh, maybe we can rather make it part of the... No, I think we're going to put it here. Are we? Are we? Let's see. Connect. So WebSocket session init. So we're passing in the session here. Here we have a session. It's a little bit weird. No, I think it makes sense. It's going to return a sandbox session. Okay, we're going to make the sandbox session actually have this environment thing. So that's fine. That's fine. And then, yeah. Okay, so when we create a session, we're going to actually just return the end like that. So now we have access to the environment on the session. So now, and we have browser session, which also has this environment. Now we're just going to look at browser connect, which is now going to get a sandbox browser session. And it's going to create a new WebSocket session. Oh, it only passes picture client. And connect, what did you do? Oh, that did init. I think it's fine that we have it on the session, but we have to make sure that in the WebSocket client, we're actually going to pass in the environment. Hello, good morning or afternoon or whatever the time might be. So in the WebSocket session, we're gonna, on the constructor, where are you, constructor? String. I guess we can say private. Now the question is, we need to be able to access this. Oh, cool. Yeah, I forget every time I start the stream. I'm gonna write down what this what this channel is about. And I forget every single time. You know what? Maybe we can write something down together. Notes. I guess I don't think I have any secret notes there. Let's see. CodeSandbox. Well, channel. So the whole point of this channel is working on the CodeSandbox SDK. I'm not in the mood for this. I'm just gonna tell you. So basically, I worked at CodeSandbox for over 4 years, where we tried to basically monetize CodeSandbox, and through that process, created technology that's awesome in and of itself, but we weren't able to monetize on that technology. And then at the end of our runway as a startup, AI happened, and we realized that we built the perfect technology for AI. And then we got acquired by Together AI. And now we're kind of taking all the technology we built at CodeSandbox and adopting it into more of a service as opposed to an end user experience we built at CodeSandbox, so that other companies and startups can build new user experiences based on our technology. That being AI, and it doesn't have to be AI, but yeah, so it's coding environments basically that's in our infra, and then we're working on this SDK that allows you to interact and create these code environments. And we're about to ship the official 1.0.0 version, so we're making some adjustments to that. Okay, so we have to actually create terminals like this, because we want to pass in. You know what? It's fucking awesome. it's really, really awesome. And what's really cool is that we spent a lot of time building this. We built this over several years, and that was way before AI was a thing. Which is funny to say. It's like in these days, like 6 months is like way back when. It's weird. Anyways, it's so cool to see. We're so ahead of the game on features, which is a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, fuck, and then interpreters. Okay, so we're gonna do this dot commands equals new commands. Interpreters this dot interpreters equals new interpreters. Okay, I'm gonna lunchtime is over. Yeah, for sure. Good luck finding. By the way, I'm gonna give you a link before you go, and so this is a really good place to start if you want to play with code, and choose a framework first before learning the language. Something like React or Vue, or something that allows you to build something cool, and then see if learning that is fun. It's just a good place to start. Cool. I'm just gonna jump into, look at me sharing my calendar. Let's see. So we have a new deploy here. So we're gonna see if we're getting our. Oh, look at that. Window trusted preview host. Yay, we have them. Amazing. Amazing. Could we merge? Could we merge? Wait, what the hell was this? Oh yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just gonna get some stuff deployed. Do, 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 do. Can we merge? How do we deploy the preview script? Okay, cool. Let's get this stuff merged. Oh, we're gonna do one more thing. I want to test something. So we're gonna run a little new file server.js. Write me a little node HTTP server exposing hello world on JSON hello world on port 3001. I want to see if it handles. Oh no, we actually implemented that, so that should be. Oh, interesting. Well, actually, I'm not concerned about this because we actually checked the content type, so that's fine. Awesome. Okay, so now we're asking for some deployments here, so hopefully that's gonna happen shortly, and then we can finish our little proof of concept here. So we're gonna say env here. So terminals also can have an environment. Record string. And what we're going to do is this thing. This thing that I found inside, was it here? Commands? Like, was it on run or something? Here we go. Command with end. Oh yeah, that's if we do shell run options. Yeah, I actually think we should make this the default. Oh, but this is manually. No, we're gonna change this. We're gonna remove. You know what? We're gonna. Sorry. We're gonna adjust this to be the same as because you're not gonna do end directly here. You're gonna use the session to define the end. Yeah, and we're gonna pass dimensions here. Well, you don't really. Yeah. Like we have to make a choice. It's inconsistent now because terminals doesn't have these same options. You know what? We're gonna simplify. We're gonna make it work like terminals. Create. So it's gonna get dimensions instead. And then this is also gonna take dimensions. And this end stuff, that's actually gonna come from dimensions. Yeah, we're not gonna name. Let's see. So this is gonna be dimensions. So now it's the same. let's see. And then the end thing. Let's remove this one. Yeah, we talked about that. So we're gonna actually get this dot end. Oh, I didn't add it here. Did I? Commands. Well, we can just do this end now. Yeah. Command with n. Cool. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing when we create a terminal. Okay, should we call this command? Just call it command. Command with n. Cool. Okay, this is gonna be our proof of concept. So let's build that, and then we're gonna test it. Oh, I had to answer. To the name, I am actually working on n variables now. Improving API for next release. So you can do const session equals sandbox create browser session ID, some user ID, and cool. So that's what we're gonna do. Yes, command. Cool. Oh, did I have? Run. Oh, interesting. So this is actually getting... Oh, this should also have dimensions. This is also wrong. Dimensions, default, shell size, dimensions, because we're gonna bring n through on... Oh. Oh, fuck. Ah. I actually had, maybe it's you. I just had a really great run. I was super happy. Got things deployed, tested, and then yeah, I guess I got into... I'm not angry. I'm just... I'm pumped, you know? I'm like, yeah, let's do this. That's where I'm at now. Okay, but I just realized that I made a mistake. We need to have... the point for me is that we have to... oh, we actually have... Sorry. What do we call this? The point is to be consistent. That's the most important thing. So that shall run ops. That's fine. And then we have... I do? Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, did I... Okay. Dagnagit. Let's see. Oh, we went too far. Wait a minute. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we are gonna do shell run options. And that's going to be, are we exporting that? Yeah. So we're going to pass in shell run options instead of, so interpreters is going to run shell options, shell run options. Oops. Yeah, commands, sorry, run is going to do ops, shell run options. Then interpreter is doing the same. And then what we can do here is and and then we have to change. Oh, we're not using picture client here. Interesting. We have to fix that. So we're passing these options. Yeah, and then where we do this thing, we also have to check. Oh, where did our n go? Private. Oh, come on, private and record string. So what we need to do is all n would be options, and how are we going to do this? Object.assign this.end. Can I do this? I guess so. All n. That's fine, but we need to have this also for, let's see, terminals. Let's do ops, shell run, ops. I guess we should have a utility for this. Let's do that. Do we have utils here? I guess we can just use utils from here. You know what? Let's just export it from here. Export, merge, or not merge, but create run command. Or create shell command, I mean. So that would require, this one's a little bit, I don't like this. Oh, let's just have that duplicated for now. This is just a test anyways. Cool. Yeah, and we also need to be able to name the thing. Yeah, and even this thing. Let's see. Command with n, and then we're going to also copy. This whole thing could be like, yeah, it's interesting. Then we have the shell, and then we can, oh, what happened there? Nice. Okay, sorry. Let's try building it again. I'm doing something now as a PLC. Let's see. Okay, that's running. So in our SDK, by the way, are they waiting for me to like merge, or are they approved? Oh, that's not approved. That's not approved. Okay, so we're going to test this shell thing, then we're going to test the Git thing, and then we're going to update the docs and publish the release candidate. That's what we're going to do. Global scheduler proxy, no. Yes, here we are. Okay, we're going to look at that script later. So what we're going to do first is on our server, we're going to try something. So we're going to create a browser session, but we're going to create with just me, permission right, and then we're going to say env foo is bar. And then we're going to restart that server. And then we're going to run, yeah, I think we can just open the terminal. Localhost. No, what was the, oh, I'm not running it. Localhost 5174. Okay, so if I echo, how does this work? Can I just echo foo? No. Is that environment variable? That didn't work, did it? How do I, how do I, is that how you, yeah, because if I do like, wait a minute. How do I do this? Export blip equals bloop. And if I echo blip, I get bloop. Okay. Why didn't that work? So we are passing env in here. We should be getting the end. Let's just see if we actually get the end there. Yeah, we're getting the end. Foo bar. Oh, wait a minute. I think we have to kill it. And then when I refresh, we're going to get a new one. No, fudge. So for some reason that didn't work. Oh, I'm not actually passing the environment, I think. And I don't need it here, right? No. So this is when we create the session. So in the browser. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're not actually passing it. So that would be. Oh, fuck, we have a bigger problem. No. No. We have a problem. I don't quite like this, but yeah. What I think we no. The session is coming here in this in this internal thing. We don't have access to that. Well, what we can do is that we can keep a reference to the last session. And then what's going to happen here is that we're going to do this, and we're going to say last session equals. Oh, sorry. Here we get the ID. Then we're going to return and then we need to pass now this is async. So this is a promise of a sandbox browser session. This is a little bit, this feels a little bit hacky. Because we are passing something that's not used by our original SDK. So we kind of have to circumvent this thing. Well, what we can rather do, we can be more specific here. We can say, I don't like this. This is very hacky. This is interesting. Okay, I guess that's fine. Why do we do... Yeah, this should be more than a session. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, I haven't fixed this. Oh, shit. And we have to fix this as well. But this is API client. Where are we doing this? So this is when we connect. We actually need more than... Yeah, this needs to be more. We need to have... Oh, fuck. Dag nugget. Another inconsistency. We're connecting. I don't think this works very well. Especially if you want to reconnect. That's going to be a problem. We need to... Oh, this is interesting. This is wrong. We can't do it like this. we have to pass in. Ooh. So we're passing in the API client. Oh. Okay, so I think we should actually pass in. Oh. Oh. Okay, we have two problems. One is that I don't like this. This feels hacky. I just don't like it. Like I guess we can do async, and then session is await. Then we'll return the session, and then we're gonna put n equals session.n. Well, I actually think we have a bug. I'm not sure if this is going to be breaking, actually. We'll see. So we need to, and the point is that when you get a new session, maybe we don't need this to be, maybe we can actually do this. This is fine. So what we can do, we can just say that this is like this. Oh, why are you complaining? Oh, it can be undefined. If session.n. What I'm thinking about is like when you reconnect, it's gonna do a new resume and create a new browser session, but it's no, wait, it needs to be a callback. Like we need to guarantee that. The tricky thing is like this gets so, one thing is like doing something like this, but we have to consider things like, what if there's an environment variable that's being set on the first session, and then the user kind of tabs away and they do other stuff, and then they come back, and we're going to resume that sandbox. We're going to give you a new value for the same environment variable, but you already have an existing shell that's running on the old environment variable. That's like technically possible. But maybe we should not consider that. Maybe we should just say you're going to get the environment variables of the original session, and then whenever you like resume a session in the browser, it's going to have the same. Okay, so what can technically happen is that when like the end user of the company using the SDK is opening a sandbox in whatever experience they have designed in the browser, and they've opened a shell, and that shell is now using some environment variables. Now, it's possible for that user to leave that tab alone. It's going to disconnect from the sandbox, and then they come back later, and it's going to reconnect to the sandbox, which is going to go and grab a new session for that user. And in the code that we don't implement, but the actual SDK users implement, they might choose to change the value of that environment variable. And the question is what's going to happen? are we just going to keep using the original environment variables, which is most likely fine? Are we going to start using them on any new shells, and then any existing shells are going to still be using the old environment variable, which is even more inconsistent? No, we're gonna at least we're gonna use the last valid environment variables. And then so an example of this would be, maybe you have a shell theme, like a color theme, and then the user changes that theme, but that's not going to apply for the existing shells. That's going to only apply for the new shells, which makes sense. Let's see. So that's fine. And then we have the other one, which is that we have this fake return things here, which we shouldn't have. The question is just, should we? Yeah, and this server side doesn't even have like a way to bring back the session, which is not good. Prefer cluster, sandbox ID. I wonder what we're gonna do with this init thing. Should we rather put it in here? I think we should do that, because that's like only used by the server, but that class is actually used by both. So we're gonna drop this init. We're gonna move it. Boop. We're gonna move it. What happened? Oh yeah, we're gonna fix that. And then we're rather gonna do this here. Oops. What did I do? Cool. And then we're actually not gonna, how are we gonna do this? Because when we connect, yeah, this is the create session, or we're gonna use the global session. But when we reconnect, we can't use the global session anymore. We actually have to resume. Oh. Let's see. Thinking. So what we don't even want to create a session there, I think. Yeah, exactly. We don't even want to create a session there. We want to create a session in here. Yeah, ID, and then instance ID is this.id. And then we want to do, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, we don't need the ID there, because you can't really fork on the server like you can do in the browser. So this is fine for the first request, but it's gonna call this again if you lose connection for some reason. It tries to reconnect. It's gonna call this again, and we have to make sure that the VM is actually running. So Let's see. So we kind of have to know if this is the initial request. What? But the behavior on the server is typically you're kind of connecting to the sandbox, you do something, and then you disconnect and you're done. But technically you can be disconnected also on the server, and you need to reconnect. So we might as well make that work. So what we can do instead is that do we have access to the, where is the constructor? Do we have a constructor? Boot up type, picture man, we only have API client. Yeah, and by the way, this is going to be this.bootUp type and this.picture manager response picture manager version. Yes, exactly. So those are actually correct now. That's good. But the point is that I wonder if we should have a different experience on the server. So if you get disconnected, you have to resume the VM. But the point is that this actually happens under the hood, that it will try to reconnect. Yeah, like I don't know enough about the use cases here, but we can, at least we can make it work the way it originally is intended to work. And then we have to do the same like end thing here. Let's see. End. And then we have to say n is session n. Oh, where did we get n? I forgot. Custom session. Wait, didn't we get n? Didn't we return it from this one? Yeah, we did. Why doesn't it say? Oh, where did we go? Doesn't exist on type? Why? Oh, global session. Oh, interesting. Sorry. Wait, now I am confused. So we have it on create session. Oh, sorry. We were actually going to check this, right? No. How do we do this in the browser? Oh, because we're returning a sandbox browser session. Oh my God. Unknown. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. No, wait. Sorry. This is This will always be the same here. It's different here because it's a different. This is tricky because there's no interplay between the server and the browser. Here it's always the server, so it's always sending the right thing. But what we need to enable is that whenever this tries to reconnect, it's going to call this request picture instance, and that basically needs to call resume on the sandbox. But to be able to do that, we need the sandbox client. And we can give it that. That's fine. New sandbox. Get start response. Oh yeah, that's the picture manager response. I guess this, we want to pass this. New sandbox. This. Yeah, we have to do this. Tag nugget. Do we have other new sandboxes? No, all of them is passing the. So that would be private sandbox client. And then we can say, and this is also a tricky thing, is because we know it's running now. So we don't really have to call it the first time, but if it tries to connect again, we need to call it. So we kind of and then it needs to update. Like, we're really getting a new sandbox here. That's the tricky thing. That's the thing I don't quite understand how we're going to solve. Because if you're disconnected, we really have to resume the sandbox. And that gives you a new sandbox instance. Oh, but we don't have to do that. We can actually do... we can just start it. Is reconnecting. False. Well, that's... oh, we're getting so moved off course here. This is so annoying. This was an annoying day. Very annoying day. Has connected. False. And then has connected equals true. And then if not, how are we going to do this? Yeah, if has connected, we're going to do await sandbox client start this ID. And what's going to happen here is that we're going to get, yeah, and then this picture manager response, yeah, this is what we're going to do. This is correct. So on the server, if you connect to the sandbox, there is a chance that instance is going to disconnect. But you still have a reference to that instance, right? And if you try to do something, it's going to try to reconnect to it. We're not throwing an error on that. And now it's actually going to go and make sure that the VM, whenever that happens now, it's going to go and check if that VM starts or make sure it's running. It's going to get a new manager response here. And then, yeah, we're going to set up the session again and everything's going to be fine. And you're going to get the actual correct data. This is great. if we reconnect, we have to resume the sandbox and get new session details. Yeah, but this is correct. This is how it should work. And now we have this new WebSocket connection, which is actually returns the environment, and it's called getEnv. And then I guess we want to just pass that on. So terminals is going to have a getEnv. Oh, fantastic. Fine. And then the same for commands. Cool. Fine. We're there. Let's see if it works. Oh, did I have... Wait. Where are you complaining? Did I just fix this? Oh, it says it can be undefined. Hi again. Thanks for the support. So it says this can be undefined. It's not really undefined. So let's just do this for now. Okay, if session. Oh, because this is optional, right? Yeah, no, I think this is fine. This is not really optional, is it? We're passing it regardless. So let's fix that. And then, yeah, these are actually not optional. There, it's always there. Yeah, and we're always gonna have... Okay, cool. That's better, I think. Okay, let's... Oh yeah, now the build... Yeah, that was a weird thing. Oh. Why are you complaining? Oh. Was that in Sandbox? Yeah, I think we just do that. I need to get this stuff deployed. Yeah, let's get it tested so that I can start nagging people about deploying. I think maybe we need to restart. We're gonna kill this. Gonna restart, and then we're gonna try echo foo again. Yay! Look at us. Look at us. Nice. It worked. Great. So that's that thing. And then we have the Git scripts. And now we're going to do not N. Oh, Git. This is going to be access token, email. Can use my own email. Name, Christian Alfoni. Cool. Didn't this now require a config? Oh yeah, sorry. It's if it's this is fine. We can remove that. Okay, this is going to be exciting. If this magically works now, I will be very surprised, but yeah, let's try it. Vite node git scripts ts. Oh, mbx vite node git scripts ts. No, it didn't get it. And why is that? It, oh, I think this is because but it said deployed worker to stream for picture man, trigger build for that brand. You can also trigger workflow to build. Should show up on deployer. Login with Google. Picture manager. Staging. Current version. Is that my version? Picture. Is this mine? I don't think it is. Where is it? EF5DC? No, it doesn't seem to be mine. Oh, it is. Oh, current version. Oh, I actually have to click the button. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, cool. I thought he deployed it. It just popped up on the list, so I could click the button. Okay, let's just wait a few seconds, and then we're gonna try this again. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, I'm curious how we're gonna do. Yeah, I think we're just gonna ask the user that's using Git what they would prefer. Let's see. Oh, yeah, exactly. Final test now. Just update docs. Should we try? The question is, where does it go wrong? I have no idea if it's the actual API or if it's the, let's look at the. So here we are, git username, git user email. We're getting that from there. And then we have, where's the other CodeSandbox server? Why doesn't repositories pop up here anymore? It's so weird. Server. So from what I understand here, is that this is where body, git access token, git username, git user email. And this is what's going to the picture manager. I guess it's, yeah, git username, git user email. Hello there. Yeah, I wonder why it's not working. Let's try again. I'm not sure if it's actually in deployed pass git name. No, it's not working. Is there any way I can check? Trying to make things work. That's what's up. We're getting close to doing a release candidate, but we have some infrastructure deploys, API deploy, and the service deploy. And this is running on. Oh, are we running on stream? Oh, we're not running on stream, are we? Oh, that was a good question. It made me think about how we're actually running this. Isn't it here? We consider, let's see, where is that thingy? Yeah, base URL. Where do we get the base URL from? Oh, we're kind of passing it in, right? So is that an actual option? Where are we? Can I add that as an option? Yeah, base URL. Okay, sorry. This is going to be codesandbox.stream. And then, okay, sorry. I'm going to use a different API token. Let's see. Let's remove that. Just 2 seconds. We'll be back. We'll be back shortly. I need a stream token. That's why I'm. Let's see. It wouldn't be that scary to like expose it, but you shouldn't do that. Okay. So then we have stream, and then we do source.env. Let's try again. Nice to actually contact the stream environment. What the fuck is this? Okay, we got some kind of error. Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is. For fuck's sake. Create. Wait, did we have that internally? The thingy with the thingy? Sandbox client, create. So it says create template sandbox. Default template ID. Get default template ID. No, it's looking at CodeSandbox.stream. So if base URL includes CodeSandbox.stream, it's gonna return the stream URL or the stream ID. So why doesn't it work? Where did it go? Hello. Wait. Oh. Why didn't this work? And what kind of errors did we actually get here? If I play chess? No. No, I don't do. I tried playing chess. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm from the video game generation. It's too analog for me. um what is actually wrong here? I would love to look at those errors. Yeah, not enough variables. It's very fascinating though. I'm like what's it called? Grandmaster. He's Norwegian. He's actually quite young. Magnus Carlsen. It's very fascinating how his brain works. How he's able to actually keep like 10 chessboards in his head. Like he can play 10 players at the same time without looking at the boards and win all the games. And then I guess you could argue what's the skill set of those 10 people. But just having 10 chessboards in your head, it's just so little effort for him to think what he's supposed to do, what his next move is. Like he's not consciously thinking about it. It's such muscle memory kind of thing. It's insane. Okay, we have to figure out what the hell is going on here. So this would be create template. We have too much stuff open here. Let's minimize some stuff. Picture, new release, handle response. So it has to be here somewhere. Errors. What was the error? It says result.errors. Where's that coming from? Oh, I guess it's this one. Okay, let's look at this. What the fuck? Result.error. Yeah, this is so fascinating. Like the logic for handling errors from our API, our API has been developed over years. And again, it was like the initial founder or one of the founders that built it. It's just moving insanely fast. And there's so many variations of errors being returned from the server that we have a piece of client logic to extracting the actual error based on the different formats that we have and kind of unifies it for the client. It's horrible. It's a travesty. Let's see. Let's try again. Now we should have a what the fuck. Oh, what happened here? Oh, wait. Did I do? Oh, I wasn't supposed. That's what I was supposed to run. Did we have a what the fuck here? No. Wait, where is this coming from? If error in. Oh, we have even more. Yeah, I think we can just change it there. Oh, there we go. Wait, did we get some HTML? Not allowed. Not allowed? Okay, I'm gonna check my tokens again, sorry. Let's see. Well, it's yeah, so it's not errors throwing errors. It's HTTP responses converted into runtime errors. So it's not that bad. Like the bad thing is is interpreting the error response from the server. That there's so many variations of that response, but at the end of the day, you want that to be a runtime error. So that's what's happening there. Like, I think, like, if you wanna, that's the thing. Like, we discussed this many times at the startup. Like, moving fast. And we had challenges when we hired that we weren't clear about how fast we needed to move to find market fit. Where we had engineers that had a very hard time taking shortcuts because they wanted to do things the right way. They also had a hard time building on existing things that they considered the wrong way to implement something. And they weren't wrong, right? But the point is that we didn't have a product that people paid money for. And the only thing you have is time to get there. And what often happens is that you run with it. You move as fast as you can to figure out what to figure the market fit. And then what happens after you find market fit is that you have a shit ton of technical debt, and you'll have that for like the rest of the time of the company. But you have a company that earns money. So if you go in and you want to do things correct, with every little pivot you make to try to find market fit, you're never going to have success. And that breaks your heart as an engineer. And it takes a certain type of mindset to do that kind of thing. And that's why big companies has a lot of technical debt as well, is because it's from the very beginning where they were pivoting like crazy to find market fit and figure out how they needed the thing to work for the users to actually pay money. It's a huge ass tension, and I have an internal tension on the thing as well. Why? But I'm using a stream key here. Why am I not allowed to? What? Why am I not allowed to run that thing? Why is this saying not allowed? It's like my token is not good. But I thought I had a valid token. Okay, I'm just gonna, just to be perfectly sure, I'm gonna kill this. We're gonna create a new one. I'm gonna source my end file. I'm gonna try to run it again. Not allowed. Why am I getting that? Is it because of the... fuck. Well, okay, let's try something. We're gonna try running the... do we have that? Well, let's do, sorry. But do we call it build? And we have build, and then what do we call that folder? Test template. Because that also calls CodeSandbox. That's working. No, it's not. Can I read picture token? I messed up something. Of undefined? What the hell is happening? What's happening here? Think. I am getting a profile not allowed on sandbox creation. Oh, maybe it expired? Could that be it? Okay, I'm gonna just create a new key. Let's see. Let's see, setting. Oh, we have to deploy the sandbox application. Oh, you're probably using a get when it should be a post or something like that? I am confused. Sorry. Created. When is this expired? Does it say when it expires? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Is this stream, by the way? Yeah. NE3E. NE3E. That's the stream thing. Okay, we need more information here. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Console.log. What the fuck? We only have the result. Do we have the actual... do we have the URL? Result.response. Let's just look at the result response thingy here. And then result.error after that. Oh, yeah, we can go back here. There's something fishy going on here. Wait, this had a different thing. This had the... Oh, maybe it's picture manager. Ah, fuck, what the hell is going on here? Cannot. Yeah, it's request picture instance. Request picture instance. Wait, didn't we change something? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Could it be me? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Connect. Maybe it's here. We changed this. Base URL. Has connected. False. Await this connection. Return. Session. Picture token. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, I think it was my mistake here. Has connected. Where's the horrible error handling stuff? Wait. False, false. Cannot read properties of undefined. Why is that undefined? Picture token. Didn't we? What did I change? I changed something as Sandbox client, picture manager response. So that means create, sorry, connect, no. Sorry, create template sandbox, get start response. Is there nothing there? I am so confused. Don't we have a picture manager response? This dot picture man. I must have messed something up. What the fuck is happening? It's undefined. Okay, that's why. What the fuck did I change? Well, I did move these arguments, but why isn't there a start response here? Start options. What the fuck? Oh, interesting. Build, create sandbox. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I think I know what I did. I think? No. No. I'm confused. How could this have ever worked? If this is creating a sandbox and that sandbox doesn't have any... Wait, create sandbox? No, that's just creating the sandbox. That's not the thing that's failing. Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't believe this. Oh, fuck. Ah, damn it. Okay, we have to... God damn it. Dag nagget. This wasn't a good idea. Or at least not passing in. We shouldn't pass in this to the client. That doesn't work. We have to actually call this. Let's see. Sandbox client, stop passing in the this. Stop that and stop that. Okay, and then we have the start here. And this is doing VM start. So we're gonna copy that. Oh, but we need the start options? No, we don't need start options. Because we're gonna resume it. Yeah, without any options. Exactly. Okay, sorry. And then we have that thing and that thing. This should, of course, really be... let's make this a function that we export. So we're rather gonna do export export async function. Oh, and we have to pass the API client. Calling the same stuff from many different places is not ideal. Start VM. And then we're gonna do, wait, do you still have issues? Yeah, start VM, this.api client, this.api client. Oh, start VM, start VM. Oh, wait, start VM, this.api client. Hello. There we go. Sorry about that. That was stupid. That was stupid. Oh. And that's gonna look like this. There we go. Release candidate my ass. Oh, didn't I save that? Sandbox.start. Where's this from? Start response. Oh, yeah, sorry. Because we changed that as well. So yeah, but this is going to be cleaner now because now we can do VM start. Sorry, start. No, I'm not appreciating this. What the hell? Okay. Oh, did we... Where did I console log that? Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's fine. Writing files to Sandbox, that probably works. Let's see if we can get this Git thing to work again. So we're not allowed? I think maybe npx git scripts. No, it's still... what the fuck? Restarting Sam. What? It's all... The whole thing is breaking apart. God damn it. Of undefined? Ah. Fuck. The whole thing. The whole fucking thing is breaking apart. So this is in step. What did it say? So if new step, finish status. Okay. If no new step, we're gonna return. Fine. I guess we should run it again. But I have to figure out this. Why am I getting 4 of 5 not allowed for... What am I doing? It's almost like... Wait, what is the base URL we're using here? Oh, it's api.codesandbox.stream. For fuck's sake. There we go. No. Okay, at least now we're getting invalid token. I wonder why though. Let me check the token again. God damn it. This isn't an invalid token. Oh, and here it's named something else. Oh, come on. Okay, I think we're back on track. That was horrible. I feel like it's such a fraud. Yeah, I have my emotions on the outside. Okay, so we're cloning the repo. Let's see now. Connecting, commit and push. It didn't work. Did we have the ID here? Yeah. Commit and push. That sucks. Let's see. How did we actually check this the last time? How did we check this? No worries. I'm been in a relationship for 15 years with 2 kids. I'm pretty thick skin. Is that the term? I can take a beating. So now we're kind of back to where we were, which is not where we want to be. I just can't remember how we tested this. How did we test this? I think I know how we did it. Can I make you part of that one? No. Localhost 5174, and then we're gonna do on the server, we're gonna permission right git access token. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself git here, and we're gonna open the thing. Where was the, there we go. So we're gonna do resume this one, and then we're gonna open a terminal there, and then we're gonna see if we can figure this out. What's happening here? It's not valid JSON. Why are you saying that? Oh, look at this. Sandbox not found? Oh, sorry. Wait. Oh, invalid. Wait. Unauthorized invalid token. Oh, sorry. Oh, look at this. Yeah, this is actually the, oh, that's interesting. I think this is the actual, that's the actual terminal that we were actually running on the other thing. Okay, I'm gonna kill that, and then we're gonna refresh. Oh, which terminal is this? Oh, interesting. Agent. Oh, why do we have that exposed? Okay, I need to change this. Okay, so git status. Okay, git log. So we have our test commit here, but for some reason, upstream, origin, test branch. Let's see. Okay, let's move the conversation here. But I'm gonna see if, how do I check my git config? How do I check my global git config? Wanna check my email. So we are passing email and name to picture now, but I still get a hanging push. Global Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. But we are getting the information. That's great. That is great. So the information is there, but we still have, it's quite complicated how we deal with Git access token due to security reasons and stuff. But fine. Yeah. That sucks. I need help with that. Yeah, okay, so we can't really do anything about that. We can't do anything about that. But what we can do something about is, because this is like unrelated to the no, GitHub. CodeSandbox applications. What we can do something about is deploying this thing. So actions, I think we have an action for that. Deploy to staging. And what was my branch name? I can't remember. Evaluate. Preview. Oh, sorry, I was looking at something else. Deploy to staging. Preview. Host. Okay, let's deploy that. And then we need to clear the cache of a Cloudflare worker. And then we can test it, merge it. And this is not blocking either for actually publishing the thing. Oh, shouldn't go to my email. Let's see. Let's see. What we're going to do now is basically go through, I think we're just going to update the docs because we can't really do anything else now. So let's see. Where are the fix? Pass on Git username and email. So this actually worked. Yep, this worked. Confirm and squash. And then, no, we don't need to do that. Evaluate, injected. Yeah, this is working. Now wait, what was this? Oh, sorry. This is the preview host thing. And this is Yeah, this one's verified. Sorry. Okay. So everything's working. We just need to test the final preview script thing. Then we can deploy that, and then we need to figure out the Git stuff. But I need help with that. I have no idea what's happening there. So what we can do in the meantime is to fix the docs. Where are you, docs? Did we actually run the... No, we should probably run this again to test it. Okay, while we look at the docs. pnpm, well, git pull. Okay, pnpm dev project. Localhost 3000. What did we do? Yes. Yes, we did something to the commands. We let's see. So commands now has so this is the actual output. Well, this is create. Oh, no, this should just be run. Oh, yeah, exactly. Ugh. Yeah, let's just remove a ton of stuff. We don't have to duplicate this. Await. Run until completion. Long running commands. Long run, like starting a server. In this case, oh, listen to changes. So then we're gonna do create instead, command, and then we're gonna do the oh yeah, nice. Did we have a wait for finish there? No, did we? Wait for, no, we don't have a wait for finish. It's get output. Well, maybe we don't need. Yeah, no, we don't really care about the. Oh, yeah. Okay, await. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe it shouldn't be called get output now because you were listening to the output. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think we're gonna actually change that. Wait for finish. It's such a weird term, but okay. Oh, because that's yeah. But wait for finish. That can give you the final result. That's fine. But we're using wait for finish on different things here. Well, what other things are using wait for finish? Wait for finish commands. What's actually the term? Like wait for finish? That's such a weird term. Do you have a better term than... just wait? Wait until complete. Yeah, it wasn't that much better. Wait until complete. Yeah, we're gonna do that. It's better. Wait until complete. And then we're gonna have wait until complete, and that's also gonna return the actual output. Wait until complete. And we don't have to dispose the listener. Yeah, whatever. That's not an await. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like we should really clear the... I'm constantly finding stuff. It's kind of annoying. So if we wait until complete... Oh, we actually do kill, right? No, it does clean itself up. Okay, so what we need to do is this disposable, dispose. Yeah, we don't have to... We should really just clear any listeners when it's done running. Restart. Oh, fuck. No, we can't do that. You have to, sorry, you have to clear the listener. Because you might want to restart it. Restart. Run it again. Okay. Okay, long running. Some commands are long, like starting a server. In this case, you can use wait for port method to wait for the port to open. Create. Well, I don't actually have the... Wasn't it wait for port? Like we have that on command, right? Wait for... No, we don't have wait for port. Wait. Sorry. Oh, that is result. Run echo command? What's this? Oh, sorry. I'm in the wrong project. I think I'm a little bit tired. Wait until complete. What were we looking at? Fuck, I lost it. Yeah, it was the port thing. Why am I saying... Some codes are like starting server. In this case, you can use wait for port method. Yeah, but this is like session.ports wait for port. Yeah. Do we really care about this? Long running commands? Yeah, I guess it's a nice example. Yeah, and it shows that you can kill it as well. Okay, cool. It's interesting though, like just like terminal. For long running tasks, you should evaluate using tasks. Running commands, you should evaluate using tasks. Okay, fine. Fine. I guess setup, we need to fix setup. Wait for finish. Wait until complete. Wait for finish. Okay, nice. Fine. So what else did we do? We just changed that command thing so that when you run it, you get the output. It's much simpler. Interpreters runs the same, right? Python result, JS result. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what we need to document now is where did you go? Project Sandbox. Yes. Oh, we have to document preview hosts. New file preview hosts.mdx. Let's just take some of this stuff. Preview hosts. Preview hosts. If you are using the browser preview API, you will need to set allowed preview hosts. Okay, that would be amazing, but browser preview, you will need to set allow preview host. This is done using the SDK CLI. Is it like CSB? Is that what we call it? CSB? Yeah, cool. CSB preview hosts preview host list. And then remove. No, Claire? Was it Claire? Preview hosts. Yeah, it was clear. Yeah, exactly. Add a host. The host is a JavaScript regex, meaning you can do things like my project dot star dash dot star dot vercel dot app, for example. The hosts are stored on your workspace and applies to all your sandboxes. Maybe we should link to the browser preview API. Browser previews. Can you help me? Thank you. Oh, I don't actually have it in the thingy. Preview hosts. Cool. And if I click there, browser previews, create preview. Okay, nice. So we have that in there now. It's so annoying that people are so busy. Oh. Oh yeah, that's a bad time. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so I think we have, oh, and then it's the environment thing. Okay, so let's document that. So that would be part of sessions. Call picture host. This user has write access to any API. Yeah, so it's the environment variables and also Git. Okay, I guess we should mention that here as well. Sessions. Custom sessions. Oh, sessions. I guess that's, yeah, custom sessions. But you can choose to create your own with specific permissions, Git access, and even environment variables. So I guess so that will be read only. Oh, there's so much to learn here. Okay, I think we want to do read-only sessions. And then Git sessions. Access token email foobar.com, name foobar. Git sessions. By passing the user's Git access token, the user will be able to use Git commands inside the sandbox. And access whatever the Git token gives them access to. Well, it's really GitHub sessions. Well, yeah. Let's call it read-only, or permissions, sorry. By default, a user has write access, but you can configure session to have read access. Git, by passing users Git access to this will to use Git commands. Environment variables. By passing environment variables, these variables will be available to the user inside the commands and terminals run by the user. Foo bar not quite. Run echo foo. This could be commands. Foo bar. Cool. I guess bar like this. Yeah, but we're not really talking about. Yeah, this is so hard to explain that you have like sessions, but yeah, by default advantage. Yeah, custom sessions. Session types, I guess. You can, but didn't we document this? Yeah, no. It's really hard to do this. Yeah, no, I think this is fine. So we documented that, and then we have Git. So that would be under create and resume. Create from Git. Create from, oh. Sandboxes, create resume, create Git from Git, config, access token, optionally pass necessary Git config for private repos, etc. There's one thing I don't like here. It's that setup thing is using this other session. And yeah, I'm just not sure if that's such a good idea. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fine. Have we documented everything now? Oops. Things. I'm not a good Git history person. I'm actually quite horrible. So there were certain things, create from files, and remove that, debug git push, document better. Yeah, the setup. I think we're going to include that. Let's just bring that in, and then we're going to publish the thing. So I think create and resume. Yeah, we're just going to write a call out there. Docs. Create and resume. So call out. Call out. Note that when you resume Sandbox, note that when you resume a Sandbox, it could note that when you resume a Sandbox, it could be starting from a clean slate. That means its setup is going to run. Read more about setup. Ah. Oh, is it SDK? I guess that's fine. To learn more about this, I have someone else is gonna actually review all of this. Yeah. Okay. Nice. I think that's fine. This typically happens for sandboxes that are around a week old without usage. Okay, great. Updated docs. Well, it really sucks that I can't. And Okay, so we have that thing. So I think we're gonna publish the RC now. npm run build. I think this should be fine. Let's see. Let's see. Is there something I've forgotten? Probably is. Probably is. Probably is. What could it be? SDK. New release. Let's see. Let's look at the commit. Fix. Yeah, we're preview hosts. Command fix. What was this fix? Isn't this weird? Create. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the get output thing. We also changed, yeah. Oh, yeah, and we also allow you to do, yeah, that's the thing. I have to write this up. Let's see, preview hosts. Git config, create and session. Command run, also array. What else did we have? Returns output, also array. Oh, run takes. Oh, okay, we should fix that. Both of them should be able to run. Oh. Where is the running thing command? There you go. Cool. Commands. Oh. It's kind of, why are we doing, yeah. Okay, we just kind of have to shove stuff in there. What were the other things we... Yeah, changed wait for finish to wait for completion. No, wait, wait until completed. That was that stuff. And then removed Git methods in favor of using commands. So keeping status, what you need. Thanks. Yeah, I guess this was just wait until complete. Yeah. Fix some bugs. Yeah, environment. Environment variables. Is this a trap? No, I can do that. Let's see. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, I think we're ready to ship this thing. And then we just have to, I need help with the infra stuff to get it deployed. But when it is deployed, it should be working. Yeah. And I think that's it. We have preview hosts, we have git config for creating a sandbox, and on sessions, we have a command. Nick Gar. I feel like this is a trap. I don't know why. Is it a trap? Well, how can wishing someone a birthday be a trap? It's not a trap. Okay, I trust you. Okay, I guess happy birthday, our revised niece's No. How can I do? Happy birthday, Arava's niece, Nick Gar. Hope you have a great birthday. Birthdays are awesome. Let's see. We have command runs. Yeah, run returns the actual output, or you'll create the command. Environment variables, change wait for finish wait until complete. Remove Git methods in favor of using commands, though keeping status what you need. Fix some bugs. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think so. And commands are also now terminals. And the reason they are terminals is because they actually run with the session. Yeah, that's kind of part of the bug fixing. Okay, let's just ship it. We kind of have to do it now. Oh, it was a trap. But I did say Nick Gar, right? I don't think even an AI would translate it to... Oh, someone's trying to call me. Oh, I have to go. I'm gonna get some help with the debugging stuff. But yeah, I have to jump off anyways. So I'll publish this release candidate, get some help with the infra stuff, and then... yeah, whatever. And then I'll be back tomorrow morning, and then we're gonna work on the examples. That's gonna be more fun, because then you're gonna see what the SDK is actually being used for. Bye for now.